Tonight on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide, LA native, saxophonist, vocalist Marqueal Jordan. When a man's gift makes room for him, it takes him before great men like smooth jazz phenomenon Brian Culbertson. Jordan's impressive musicianship opened the door to tour around the world with smooth jazz icon Culbertson, which bolstered and cultivated the confidence needed to launch a solo career. From his debut CD Catalyst, Intention and Purpose, that produced 2 top 20 hits on Billboard, to his latest project, All We Have Are Moments, comes the first single, Last Call. Join the conversation now. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Monday. So honored to have you sitting here with me on tonight to really honor a great guest. And you know what I'm saying to my, over my shoulder here? How about I do this? Ta-da-da-da, ta-da. You know, I'm just a woman of many tricks. I can just flip things and poof, one platform appears, poof, another one disappears. I love it. My studio is just so hands-on, and I've got this handsome gentleman right here, not only over my shoulder, but right in front of me. We're going to have a great time. We've already kind of had a pre-interview. I always do that prior to talking with you, but you know the next thing I'm going to request, right? I want you to share. I want you to invite. Let everybody know Marqueal Jordan, saxophonist, singer, extraordinaire, is on the show tonight. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. And so let's kind of get him in on all of my excitement. So say hello to our guest. Hey.
Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? Good to see
I'm
you.
excited. Can you tell? I'm
Absolutely. I love it. I got to meet your energy. I got to, I got to get a little boogie
Come
on
on up
myself,
here with
make
me.
it happen. That's what's up. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor. It is truly an honor because you have traveled literally the globe,
Yes.
and you have been before great men, kings, as the word says. But I am just honored just to have you here and to talk and chat and be a little nosy and say a few things to intrigue you to say a few things.
There you go. That's it. I do talk, so.
People want to hear what
Yeah, we got it.
Marqueal is doing these days, right?
All right. I got you. Let's go to work. Let's
rock and roll. I want to start, of course, for those who don't know you, and of course, I know you through hearing you over the years. I've heard great things about you from other musicians. So then I got the opportunity to come in and research and learn about you. But for those who don't know, share your first music encounter. How did that impact you?
Ooh, man, we had to go back to when I was a little baby. My dad tells a story. Like my father is really the reason why I'm a musician. He was a big lover of music, has a great album collection. Actually, I'll send a shout out to my dad, Anthony Jordan, right now, because my parents live in Dallas, and they were caught in that whole freeze snafu. So the pipes burst in his house and ruined his record collection.
No,
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
So he literally caught pneumonia trying to clean like the mold and stuff off of his records. So
are you serious?
yeah, I mean he's doing fine now. But to get back to the story, my dad tells the story of when I was maybe like 3 years old. He had this, great, album collection and stereo system. So I took a John Coltrane album. I think it was A Love Supreme. Put it on a turntable. Took the needle, put it exactly on the first song, which is Acknowledgement, A Love Supreme. And he sat there, watched me do this in the living room, like he was behind me, watched me do this thing the whole time. So music's been in my blood since I can remember. I started playing drums when I was 5, but that that was really a short-lived experience. I'm not a drummer, and when I realized I wanted to play saxophone, the school I was going to at the time, they didn't have saxophone, so I played clarinet for about 4 years, and then when I finally got to junior high school, a couple of years before I left Los Angeles, I started playing saxophone in the 7th grade. So,
what's your favorite song now to perform? A cover.
A cover.
Yeah. Favorite cover.
Wow. See, only a singer would ask that question. You're wrong for that, man. You know what? I'll just have to go with a song that I do a lot in my local shows here in Chicago. I Want You, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, wow. Now, no, you got the ladies' attention with that, right?
Yeah.
So that's on purpose?
It's always on purpose. No, women are, I have a joke that I say, like, if the proper estrogen level is not reached in the audience, it's going to be a crappy show. Because musicians come to a show, and when musicians come, and myself included, I'm not taking myself out of it. We come from a standpoint, like, show me something, or we're critiquing, or we're trying to figure out if there's somebody that we really look up to. We're trying to be inspired or figure out, okay, what are these guys doing that I can steal and use for myself? When women come, they are there to party. They're there to have a good time.
True.
And they're there to support. Like, women support like nobody's business. And you have to make a connection in order for them to come back to see you. So it's really, it's flirtatious, but a lot of it is really about marketing and really putting yourself out there to have a good show. And it's hard to sing a love song if you've been if it's like 100 people in the audience, say, and it's 70 dudes.
Okay, I know where you're going.
Like, it just don't work. But if it's like, 60 women, 40 guys, or everybody's coupled off, and it's like it's a vibe, then you can really get into it.
I love it.
Yeah. So
wow. That's awesome. You, now that you're a solo artist, you're definitely in a crowded field of amazing creatives, all within their own rights. But what have you learned, as you've matriculated through the different levels of music? If you could give one valuable lesson, and then we'll start talking about your music, but what have you learned that you could share with artists, up and coming artists who are now in there, something that you can say was valuable?
I think it's a lesson that I have to honestly keep reminding myself of and keep learning. And this is synonymous with whatever you're doing in life, whatever field you're in, but especially for musicians and creatives. No one can be a better version of you than you.
I love it.
Be yourself.
Yep.
And live successfully or fail miserably or somewhere in between, being yourself. Because, if you're going to be somebody else or try to parrot on someone else's style or someone else's path or whatever, it's not going to feel authentic to you after a while. And you'll be a prisoner of it. But if you're authentically yourself, you can't lose. And that's really, like working on this record and working on every record. It's almost like I have to remind myself that every single time. But be yourself and trust your instincts.
That is so valuable.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, how inspiring. How many projects to date have you released?
So we'll just talk about my solo stuff. So there's been two full albums. Catalyst was the first one. It was released towards the end of 2013. Yeah. And Intention and Purpose was my last release. That was in February of 2019. And this upcoming project is entitled All We Have Are Moments. The first single's out. And believe it or not, I am still tweaking the record. Like, when you're an independent artist, you kind of set the date. Like, all of the dates that I've set are those arbitrary deadlines that I have. So I can move it if I want to, or I could push it up or fall back. So it's I think trying to create in this atmosphere of a pandemic was challenging for me. It has been very challenging.
Talk a
And
little bit about that challenge.
yeah, it's, for me, music has always been a refuge, a place where, like, if I was working a day job or when I was having personal problems, relationship problems, anything, I could get on stage and work that out. And I always had, like, if I couldn't show my emotions in what was really bothering me, I could always let it out on stage, or I could let it out on wax, on record. But the pandemic, you were just under stress all the time. The stress of the unknown, the stress of loss, and just the intense emotions that everybody has felt dealing with this. And I found myself not really having the emotion to put towards music, and it was just really challenging to try to focus in and be like, okay, you gotta, because you gotta be creative, and you gotta find some passion with what you're doing. Because I mean, I could have put a record out by now, but it wouldn't have felt right. It wouldn't have sounded right. Like, and I think the thing that is resonating with me from Last Call being out is that, and my good friend Chris Green, who was just on here earlier, we're a fellow saxophonist. We're like, we're like a tag team in a way. But like when he heard the single, he was like, "Yeah, man, I hear more of your tone coming out. I hear more of this." And like my best friend Yusef Harris, shout out to that brother as well. He was like, "Yeah, I can hear the maturity of you as an artist. I can hear that coming out." And I'm like, that's exactly what I was trying to do, but not really knowing for sure that, you don't know until you put it out. I know what it feels like to me, but to see what other people think and to see how they respond to it is always like the reward. It's always a reward.
Absolutely. As I was preparing for hair and makeup tonight, so that's a couple hours. So I just
No.
Yes, sir. That's a couple of hours for me. I don't know about any other woman out there. But sometimes makeup alone is 2 hours. But
I got you.
But as I was preparing, I just put it on repeat last night.
Okay.
And for 2 hours. And I just let it play, and I let it play, and I let it play. And what you just said is exactly what I said. I said, oh my God, Marqueal has matured. I hear a stronger tone, a more mature tone. And he reminds me, and I said this to you back of house, I said, he reminds me a little, I hear the influence of Grover Washington Jr.
Yes.
And I said, I can see this music playing in a club in New York, very intimate, maybe 100 people. Some people would say, that ain't intimate. That's big. No, but really, just a small amount of people, 50 to 100 people, and just intensely listening. The lighting is perfect. The atmosphere is perfect. And you are bringing it in. You're literally bringing it in. And I just said, they are really going to love Last Call. I'm telling you guys, this song sounds like it should be in a Spike Lee movie. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
Love that.
Serious. It's a Spike Lee movie type of song. So I want you to tell me about the inspiration behind the CD itself. All We Have Our Moments. Where'd you come up with a title like that?
It's definitely pandemic inspired. And really it's about, it's titles to me for records are really important. Like for the first 2 albums that I had, and actually for this one as well, I've come up with the title before I've actually had all the music that goes with it. Okay. So for me, it just is very simple as live every moment like it's your last. I don't care what it is that you're doing. I don't care if it's a positive thing or a negative thing, but live it to the fullest. Because really at the end of the day, all we have are moments, and they're not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. The next great moment's not promised. It's just when you're in it, it's the present and the now. You really have to take advantage of all of that. So that's the inspiration of the title. It's kind of funny that you said you can envision a club for Last Call because the title, in and of itself, I'll just throw this out here since we're talking about it.
Okay.
The song is the brainchild of Chris Big Dog Davis. A shout out to him. Great artist, producer. Yes. And so he already had a title for it. And I changed the title on him. and for me, I was like, I can envision this being an encore after a hot show.
See?
Yep. It was either, yeah, we're right there with it. So either the encore or the show is over and this is what you would hear being played in the club while you're at the bar having a drink, having a conversation. Yeah, all of that. That's what the title is. All of that visual right there.
You brought it home then, because that's what I saw when I heard that.
Wow, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm
that's what's up. Great artists think alike. That's what's up.
I am right there. So has the full project been released yet?
It hasn't been released yet. It's scheduled for release. I'm going to get it out by Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. So that's what we're shooting for. And I'm working with Chris Big Dog Davis. We've got like 4 songs on there. There's a great production writing team here in Chicago that I'm actually going to be going to studio with to finish up a song or 2 on Wednesday. And those guys are, oh man, why am I drawing a blank right now? Mike Logan Sr., great keyboardist. He tours with Boz Scaggs.
Yep.
And a drummer, Vern Allison Jr., who is the son of Vern Allison from the immortal Dells group. So he's a drummer, producer, vocalist. So we've got 2 great songs. And then I'm also working with Jonathan Richmond, or AKA John Rich. He was an MD and a longtime collaborator and writer for Eric Benet. So yes. Yeah. So, just trying to step the game up, and I think we as artists, we get and hear so much, and I'm just trying to get out of the way and let it all be what it's going to be.
Let the music do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the major difference between All We Have Our Moments versus the other 2 projects? What do you think?
I think I'm more assured as an artist and as a person. And that comes with a certain level of positives and negatives too, because when you feel more assured about something and you think, well, this should have went that way because of this, or why is this happening that way? I think it's all a journey though. So for me, I feel more assured. And I know that this 3rd record means a career, there was a lot riding on the first one because I'd never done it before. Then there was a lot riding on the 2nd record because I had left Brian Culbertson and this was going to be my first release after leaving him.
Yes.
This 3rd one, though, now we're starting to talk about building a body of work where people can see the progression, and you just want it to continue to do this. You want to continue to take off. I don't want to have too many peaks. You're going to have them.
You will.
But, I don't want to have it on this next one, though. So we got to get it right, man. We got to get it right. So that's what's happening right there.
On that one. You guys are going to we're getting ready to premiere it. I'm just really excited for you because I adore this composition, and you guys know me. All of the people who follow me on a weekly basis, when I tell you it's great music, this is going to be the bomb.com. Get your cell phones ready. Don't do it now because I want you to hear the music. But after you hear the music, I want you to download this single because it needs to go into your repertoire of music. This guy's phenomenal. So listen, Last Call.
Thank you.
My saxophonist, Marqueal Jordan. You guys get ready because it's hot. My goodness. All I can
Yeah.
say is absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna tell you this, Sabrina. I don't know what I like more, like listening to the song or watching the montage that you put together. That was like
Oh, great.
wonderful. Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you liked it because, and that's the thing, when I'm putting together the picture slides, because there's no video, I try to feel the music. That's why I let the music play and play and play, so I can try
Hmm.
to feel what the artist is feeling. So it's gone to radio, right?
Yes, yes, it has.
What kind of feedback are you getting?
Great feedback. Super dope. Shout out to my man Bud Harner. He's the radio promoters working the record. But Sirius XM Watercolors has been a major supporter of mine since the second record's been out. So thank you to them. Thank you for seeing and hearing the artistry. I really appreciate it. So it's right now it's at the new and active
Yep,
slot
that's
on
right.
Billboard Smooth Jazz Singles. So I'm hoping within the next week or two to be cracking the top 30. So we'll see what happens. We'll
It's
see what
gonna
happens.
hit it. It's gonna go straight to the top. Everybody's already pretty much prophesying it. So all you gotta say is, "Yes, Lord, I
Yeah,
receive." Okay,
I
I
receive.
receive, and there you go. And we're
Yes.
gonna start seeing it go straight to the top of the charts. But I wanted to ask you, like I ask everybody else, what
Hmm.
do you want people to walk away with after experiencing Marqueal Plume?
Um, I want people to feel what's coming through me. Um, I think I'm old enough now and wise enough to know that this isn't me. That my great moments have nothing to do with me. I'm just the vessel in which it's coming through.
Wow.
So if people can connect to, even if it's even if it's a song about love, or if it's an instrumental song or whatever, and it's not necessarily something that's spiritual, I want them to be able to connect to the spirit that's coming through the music.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And and I want people to feel good and feel inspired and feel like they're living life fully through this music or whatever they're doing while they're listening to the music, just enjoying life fully.
Man, that's a song that you can just put on, literally put on repeat and just let it play. Clean the
Wow.
house, drink a glass of wine, have conversation with your girls, your guys, your boys, or whoever, whatever,
Right,
you know,
right.
at a gathering. It's just that kind of song. And I love some of the transition going into the hook. I said, I wouldn't have thought that was going to happen.
Yep, that's Big Dog though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He always has the element of surprise, and is musically challenged. Like, I don't think people really understand how amazing a musician he is, because he sets up all of these things like Magic Johnson, and then he'll throw the ball to you. Like, okay, you go dunk the ball. So I get all the credit,
Yeah.
but it's really he sets the table for so many great artists, from Mesa to Phil Perry to
Yes.
my man Kim Waters. Like, all of the people that he works with, like, there's a signature sound
Yeah.
that he
Selena on
brings to the
record.
table. Yes,
Hmm.
he has a signature sound, but then you sound more like yourself in the process too. It's crazy. It's just he's the man. He's the man.
He allows you to be you while he does his magic.
Right. Exactly.
Isn't that
That's it.
amazing? I love you. I love you, Chris. Hey, I love you, sir.
My man, 50
Yeah.
grand.
So what's in the horizon for you? What's coming up next for you?
Well, actually, I'm gonna be getting back out on the road a little bit here. So, yeah, I'm excited because this was a show that was supposed to happen last year that got postponed to this year, but I am part of the Seabreeze Rising Star lineup, or the slot on the Seabreeze Jazz Festival on April 24th.
I was going
So
to ask you, were you going to Seabreeze this year, sir?
I'll be there. Yep. I'm gonna be able to look Becky Taylor in the eye on stage for my show. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is it's a great thing. Very, very, very appreciative to the Carters for recognizing and putting me in the slot. The Seabreeze Rising Star slot. I think from there, it's just going to be more and more things happening. I'm going to be in Columbia, South Carolina at Shay's Lounge in May, and schedule still coming together, but trying to figure out what's going to be the next single to follow this up. So, we'll see what happens.
I don't envy you in that category because this the jush, as I call it, right here. So,
the jush? All right.
This is the jush, man. This is it. I love it. I love it. So how can our viewers, how can they connect with you on social media?
Well, you can connect with me. As you can see, the name. Yeah, I'm a goofball. Do not get me started. But as my name is spelled, you can find me on Facebook. Actually, on Facebook, it's Marqueal Jordan Music. But it should pop up or populate once you put in my name. Instagram, Twitter is Marqueal Jordan. I have signed up to TikTok, but I have not put a profile on there yet. So that's coming. That I'll be using that a lot to promote the record. So those are places you can find me. And I finally put a lot of effort into getting my website updated. So it's clean, it's lovely. So check out marquealjordan.com. And those are the places you can find.
Yes. Well, we are so excited for you.
Thank you.
Loving the music, you guys. Please go out. You can do it now. Since this is the end of the show, I'll release you to download the music. If you're on a laptop, you can just choose a different tab and go and download it wherever digital music is sold. Support Marqueal Jordan. He's doing some awesome things. He sounds fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And you need to have this music in your repertoire. Don't you think? I think so.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Yes.
Go out and do that. So you guys, again, thank you so much for joining me on another Monday night. You could be anywhere, watching anything, doing anything, but you came here to sit with us, listen to us talk clinic and everything else. But I appreciate you guys joining us. But remember my mantra, what you make happen for others, God will also make happen for you. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you again soon. Be safe. Take care.